What's up, guys? So haven't had a whole lot of videos lately, kind of ran out of content. Past month or so has been crazy busy here at the shop, and there's just stuff going on in general outside of racing. But we have, tonight is Thursday the 29th, August 29th. We're going to go to Shadyside Dragway, maybe run the 704 list if they'll let us. If not, at least test to make sure the boost issue is 100% resolved. It's definitely working on the two-step. Just want to make sure things are going good down the track. But the car is close to the same. John fixed the bumper that was the lower valence, to be exact, that was damaged in the wreck last year. We aren't body guys by any means, but doesn't stop from trying. So John bought the stuff and he did all that. Had to extend the tip a little bit. Made this little piece at the bottom too, so to kind of give a little more structural integrity. But so hopefully it'll stay on, which I'm sure it will. It's definitely sturdier than it was last year. Put the fiberglass doors back on. They're allowed for this. There's a race Saturday, assuming we don't puke our guts out tonight. This is a race Saturday, and they're allowed for that, and the windows still function too, so we're good for all that. But you know, the fiberglass doors may seem like a huge advantage, but in reality, I think it might save. We weighed them yesterday or Tuesday night, and I don't know, it may have been, with all the mechanism in there for the functioning windows, I don't know, it might have saved 15 pounds total, 20 pounds. I don't think it was that much, but yeah, I'm excited to get back out there. Haven't been to the track, and with John's car, I'm close to since August 10th, so you know, close to 3 weeks. We didn't make it down in Carolina in no time. John had some stuff come up and couldn't make it. I went with Alan in his truck, but you know, two people with one car at this level can be not enough sometimes. So two people in two cars, it's just, you know, you're leaving a lot to be desired. We don't have a huge crew to make it out to every event, so but you know, it's cool. It's not a big deal. But I'll update you guys tonight when we get to the track, and see you guys then. What's up, guys? As you could tell, I left my equipment here at the shop again last night, so all we have are the videos from John or Alan. Just to recap, you know, we went there on a test and tune. Is a list race. We ran the list races a lot last year. It was a fun, you know, every other Thursday event. And this is the first one we ran this year. It's cause, I guess, I've been more concerned with the block being aluminum, but now I've got, you know, I'm over that concern and not really worried about it. But initially that was our plan, that, you know, we're on borrowed time, so we just wanted to run the bigger events. But we went there, and we made a shakedown before the list racing started. Track was super, it felt tacky, but it was greasy. And I was like, well, let's just try something soft and see what happens. Didn't even try anything. It wouldn't work. I think I tried to hit it 3 times, and it spun every time. So came back, made a couple changes. You knew they were going to prep it. Went out there. You know, since we showed times, we had to be allowed to, you know, they had to vote us in to run. I was like, you know, I told them we showed times last year too, so I think it probably only mattered this year because we're, you know, a good bit faster than last year. But you know, it's their the racer rules, so I understand. But we were allowed to run with them, so that was cool. Because even if I lose, I'd rather go race and lose than just test and tune. I'm not a big fan of just testing. But we so anyways, we round one we had a nitrous truck, and we spun so bad that it shook the parachute out, and I got out of it, kind of let the car get straight again, and I got back in it, and it ran out the back door. I was like, man, this thing really stopped good. And I knew I didn't pull a chute, and then come to find out afterward, that's what had happened. I was going through to get my ticket, and the guy was like, hey man, you want me to throw your chute on the trunk? And I was like, is it out? He's like, yeah. So I had no idea the chute even came out. So that explained why it stopped so good for when I let off. But so that was the first round. Second round we had a pretty fast guy, but we made some changes. Car was lined up a little crooked, a little miscommunication, and the car left good, and then it got out of the groove, and that was it. And it spun, but it's all good. The track, last year we ran a lot of list races. I swear the track was a lot better on Thursday nights, which we're not trying to set personal best on Thursdays, but we did a couple times last year. But it is what it is. The surface is there. We just want to make sure the boost issue is fixed, so the controller is responding. It's doing everything it should, so we're good there. So we got a race tomorrow at Shadyside again, and it'll actually be prepped this time, prepped well in theory, and it'll be a street car race, the last man standing. So pretty excited about that. John's out of town on vacation, so he will just be basically waiting for videos and as needed for the suspension if we need to do anything. But yeah, so tomorrow I'll get going. I'm just going to combine these two races into one video. All right, see you then. What's up, guys? Here at Shadyside Dragway, it's August 31st. It's the last man standing. We're here for No Time Streetcar. They've also got Extreme 28, some other classes like Racer X, and some bracket stuff, but pretty awesome turnout. Once again on the top row, several rigs up there. We'll walk over here, look out in the bottom row. I haven't even looked at this yet. Track should be great today. Sorry about that, somebody had a question. But I don't even know what I was talking about. But definitely good turnout, and obviously I remember my equipment today, so that'll be nice to get some more footage than the usual stuff. But anyways, we got up in probably an hour or so before we get to run, and hopefully we get some good data. I'm just going to try to hit it hard, and if it don't work, we'll figure out why. So the first pass was a bust. Basically what happened was I started with a tune from the last race we were at, the streetcar race, and I had forgot that after I figured the wiring issue out, I had moved my outputs for the boost increase and decrease, and they were inverted. So essentially it just wouldn't bleed the boost off. I didn't even think about that when I was building the tune this morning, because it was easier to start with an aggressive tune than to start back over from what we had out Thursday, because it was so backtracked. So ended up going back and doing that anyways. We didn't get any data because I noticed on the two-step, I let off probably 40 pounds on the two-step. I let off, and probably would have made probably would have made more boost on the two-step possibly, and then 50, 60 down the track. We don't have enough fuel for that or motor, and no way it would have hooked. But anyways, my screw up, I figured it out. I just fixed it, got on two-step, tested it, and I'm going to make another hit when I call us back up.
Hey guys, update after second shakedown pass. Definitely fixed the issue. Car won a PB, mile per hour, and ET, only a 113.60. Was a 299 with a 0, I think, 330. I don't want to say anything else right now. Very happy about it though. We drew David Knight first round, very fast, small block Chevy with the big turbo. So it should be a good race. Obviously hope we can win it and just keep on chipping away at it. Fast street cars here, and so it's not going to be easy for anybody. Well guys, we just ran first round. Unfortunately, I slept a little on the tree. I don't know what's up with me today. And I ended up having to chop it a little over 2 seconds in because it wheelied on me, and I still have to watch the video to know. I don't know if it started coming up a little more as we got further out or not. The way the seat sits in the car, it feels like a little wheelie, it feels like a big one, but I was staying in it because the car was driving straight. I think I saw David in my periffs, and I was like, oh man, I better chop it so I can get back at it, but he's got a fast car too, and the track's really good. We're hoping we can make a test hit and see if we can get another PB, 1 PB mile per hour on that one. It's a little off on the ET by 2 100s with chopping it. Went on 110 760, 3 000 330. But unfortunately, that's what happens. You know, maybe it wouldn't happen if we got some data that first hit today, but I screwed up. We tightened the front up a lot, and we're going to just see if we can put that 110.60 together with everything else and try to go another PB. What's up guys, I want to update you after the race Saturday. It's Monday, Labor Day. So just kind of a recap, went up for the first shakedown, had some issues because I had reverted back to a previous map with different boost solenoid output wiring. Didn't think about that at the time, and then when I got on the two-step I realized it was making way too much boost because it wasn't bleeding off dome pressure. Thankfully I realized it quickly and it fixed the issue. I go up there for the second shakedown and the car goes a PB with a 113.60, so we definitely have been in better 60s. Then We have round one. We draw David Knight, very fast car, small block Chevy, giant turbo, really well put together. He's a great fabricator. I slept on the tree, unfortunately, and I don't know if it would have mattered. He went fast. We went a 110/60 on the back tires. I was riding the little wheelie out, and then I felt it kind of make an abrupt change upwards at about 1.8 seconds. And at least I think I did. When all that stuff's happening so fast, it can mess with you. But then I chopped it, and we went a PB mile per hour, only 200ths off on the PB from the previous run, but he was fast. We weren't catching him. So he's a good dude, so he deserves it. He went on to the finals, and Derek Reynolds won the whole race. So the street cars, man, North Carolina, they are fast, and I don't think people understand how fast. It's crazy. But we tried to make another test hit, and I don't know if some dew fell on the track or the line got tore up because two cars spun in front of us, but it just knocked the tires off, so it wasn't, it didn't do anything. So we just loaded the car up. But I'm still pretty happy. I'm glad John let us take the car without him. He gave suspension advice via text after seeing videos, and the only thing we had to do was not tear the car up. That was the only rule, and we didn't do that. Minus his lip. The lip was definitely destroyed, so we made one out of duct tape. Sammy did that because it put a little crack in the middle of the bumper, and didn't want it to fly apart, going almost 160 miles per hour. Here's what's left of the lip, which it wasn't anything super robust anyways, but on the very first shutdown when the chute came out, the front end bottomed out and it tore the lip off. But very glad the car's still running, pretty happy it did what it did. This little 5.3 block, it just keeps killing it, and pretty excited about, as we figure out some things and hopefully keep the front down, what it's going to do. The other engine is currently in the works, which is still a stock 5.3. Just waiting on the rods to get here, and then we'll get it to the machine shop. But that's it for this week's video. Got the next weekend off, so some races coming up if we can make it out to them. That'll get some more content. I guess one thing to add: for 2 years we've had to back the trailer in, and backing the car in with a loose converter is just a pain. Especially sometimes it'll grab and it'll spin and tear the metal off the edge of the trailer door. So today's Labor Day, doing a little bit of renovation on the trailer. The toolbox was against the wall. Now I'll put it right there, so we should be able to pull the golf cart up to there. I took some measurements earlier, and then still have plenty of room for our supplies and stuff, and actually pull the car in forward, which would be awesome because I've been wanting to get a new trailer, but there's so much money for what I want. So we can just fix this one up to make it to where it'll fit, and it's paid for, and I'll be good to go. But okay, so now this is the end of this week's video. Appreciate everybody for watching. Thanks again, and I will get to you guys on the next race.